declaration and check how it works, right? So just now, for example, I have mentioned that I have mentioned that this is a customized structure data type defined by the library, right? That's why you can also do right-click open declaration. You see, this is an area we declare this data type. We declare this data type, okay? And this is a structure. Can you see that? It's a structure. It has these elements. Okay, that's why in your code you have this one, you give a name. Right? This is like the integer, int, or float, or char. Okay, but it's not given by C program directly, it's written in the library. So that's why here, basically this is a name we define. Okay, we give. Okay, so here you have the structure name dot the element name. So this one, you see this one must follow exactly these typings. Okay? And then you are setting these values accordingly. And again, as I said, this is a function given by the library. You can right click, open declaration. Here is the function. Okay? You see here it requires this type of data with a star, right? Star means, in C, star means pointer, right? Pointer, or we say address, right? Address of this structure. That's why here you have this and in front of it. You are not passing in the structure, you are passing the address of the structure because this is required by this function. Okay, and then you have this GPIO set direction, also a function given by the library. Right click, open declaration, you can see it. Okay, so this is this. And for the application code, here, this one we are using the function given to read the GPIO port, right? For this particular exercise. So, but what I want to say is later on, when you try to program other complex device, for example 7-segment, or for example light sensor or OLED, okay, they are complex devices. One device may have multiple pins, so it will be very painful if we need to program each pins. So there are again library provided. So there are already some functions written for you. You can use them directly. Okay, so I will show this later on. So now, okay, just give you have seen demo .zip, this one, the code given, right? It's pretty long, okay? So I want to give you the idea of the overall structure. So later on, as I said, whatever in the demo, you shouldn't use it. And if you use it, I mean, it doesn't count for your mark. And also that you're confused about those code, right? So I'm telling you the structure of your program. So later on, you can create your own empty template and start to fill it out. Okay? So this is for the main.c you should have. At the beginning, you have the libraries, all the header, basically all the header files. For example, LPC, you see this LPC 17xx underscore GPIO.h. We must have this because just now remember those GPIO read value, GPIO set direction, all those functions are inside this library. Okay? To use it, you must have the library included. Okay? And later on, you definitely have I2C devices, so better have this one as well. Better have SSP as well. Okay? And you also need to include your device libraries, because later on you are going to use, let's say, 7-segment or OLED. You are using some function already given in the library. So whichever one you are using, you better include its header files. Okay? Otherwise, it will show error. And then you have the local functions. For demo.z, you have those like play song. Play song is one of the local functions, right? And in the play song, it also has play note. So basically, many functions are constructed here, but it's not necessary for your assignment too, because you are not asked to play song. Okay? So to create your own template, you can remove those functions. Okay? But you have these 3 functions. Remember, you have init GPIO. Just now, you added some code here. Remember the pin configuration? You wrote some code here. And also, as I said, this tool for you to organize your code for pin configuration for I2C and SSP devices, right? So you have at least these 3 local functions there. Okay? So, and you have this play song. If you don't play song, you don't need to include this in your assignment tool. So what I'm saying here is these are the local functions. And then your int main. Okay? In your int main, as I said, you have a while1 function, which is an infinite loop because your system is keep running. There's no stop for your system. Okay? So whatever logic that you want to keep checking or repeatedly running should be written inside while1. All the other settings, let's say local variables, just now, for example, your btn1, you declare this variable, right? You call init GPIO, right? And later on, when you build a bigger system, you have your init I2C, you call this one, and you call this one. And also sometimes later you initialize your device, let's say an RGB device. This is a function given by the library as well. Whatever function you call for settings, they are all here before your while1, because they just run once. Okay? And then inside while1 is your repeat logic. For example, for this particular exercise, you keep monitoring your P1.31. Right? You are not marrying it once, you keep marrying it. And depending on this value, you play the song. Right? So all this logic inside here. Okay? So basically now, if you understand this, you are able to create your own empty file to just put in all necessary code. All the others you can remove already. Okay? Because later on your code should be well organized. I mean, it's applied for all the programming code, you know. All unnecessary things it shouldn't be there, basically. Okay? Any questions about this? So later on, okay, so later, as I said, the next 4 labs, we are going to learn how to program each device, right? So what you could do is, let's say for this lab, you learn how to use SW4. Later on, you know how to use SW3. Later on, you have another exercise, learn how to use RGB, right? So all these are small exercises that you can write different files. Once you test it in your IDE, you can just copy and save it in a notepad. And that is your small exercise. Later on, when you build your big system, for example, you forgot okay how to program SW4, you open your small program and look at it. Okay? So this is a way to document your code. Okay, I don't want you to keep adding in, because if you keep adding in, next week you may forget what this code for. Right? You may accidentally delete it and something doesn't work. Okay, so this is my way, but you may have your own way. What I'm saying here is you need to have your own way to keep your code systematic. Okay? So that is something I want to share. And then now I have a second practice. I want you to turn on or play the song when both buttons are pressed. When SW4 and SW3 are pressed. When both of them are pressed at the same time. Okay? If one of them is pressed, the song is not played. Okay? So see, so far you know how to play the song. There's a function called play song. You know how to do SW4. Now the new device is SW3. Okay? You need to go through these three steps again to figure out how to deal with SW3. Okay? So can you try this? Okay, can you try this by your own?